I think in a very punk rock way. I released an album last year on Kill Rock Stars. I'm signed to Kill Rock Stars. It's the first time I've been signed to a label in 12 years. And touring a record now is so different how it used to be. Our recorded music is valued as so little. You know, musicians are very exploited. On streaming services who have made massive deals with the major labels and the streamers, they're making a lot of money. I think about 7 billion a year or something, you can look up the exact figure, is made from music. They've been saying for ages, oh, artists make money through touring, so it's fine. We don't have to pay you for your recorded music. First of all, you do, you should, you still should. But we used to be able to profit more from live. Now, we're in the cost of touring crisis as well. Everything has gone up. The cost of hiring a bus, hiring a van, making merch, paying wages for your crew, paying for petrol, paying for food, paying for hotels. And so I was like, maybe I'll start an OnlyFans account. And I just started being like, could I do that? Like, would that be crazy? I was like, I do like flashing. Like, I get my bum out a lot anyway. Like, it's all over the internet. I've been naked on TV. I've simulated sex on Glow. Like, maybe I could just see what happens. And it'll also be a punk protest. And women's bodies are being so politicized right now. They're trying to tell us what we can and cannot do with our sexual health, with our autonomy. And I was like, I'm just gonna fucking do it. And it just kind of spiraled. And every media outlet in the country wanted to speak to me about this. It's called Butts for Tour Buses. And I'm still running my OnlyFans now. It's onlyfans.com/Kate Nash. And I'm making more money from my arse than my music right now, I'll tell you that much. It's sad that the value of music is so low, but it's great that I have a solution, I have a platform, and that I can fund my music somehow. And it just really freed me from the internet, from like, I've now risen above internet comments. I think the thing that angers me is people telling me I'm a bad example to young women, because I am fighting for young women. I am a good example to young women. I have always cared about girls and women. I've pushed them to the front of like my politics, but I've also been called like a bitter lesbian, a whore. I was called an apocalyptic prostitute, which I quite like. You're making me a punk rock legend. The more slander you throw at me, you just make me more empowered, so. Well, germ came from the Supreme Court ruling in the UK, you know, the definition of what is a woman, that everyone's obsessed with trying to define us as women to protect us. It's transphobia. Pretending that you care about women and protecting them from like this danger that doesn't exist. It's a fucking fairy tale. It's intolerance and it's bullying. There are other examples in history where we have tried to set a paradigm for an entire group of people. You know, what about black women that you excluded from feminism? What about immigrants now that we just taint people with one brush and say these people are a threat because they are brown or black or trans? And it's like, these people are more vulnerable than cis women. Trans people are more vulnerable than cis women. And by the way, cis women are not more important than trans people. And just because you don't think that trans people exist, that's your fucking problem. That's your discrimination. What is up with us accepting intolerance? Like, I get we're desensitized to it because of Trump and because of these political leaders that are just pushing hate and bullying. And I was raised not to be a bully, and I was also raised to stand up to bullies. And so you denying the existence of trans people is bullying, it's intolerance, it's transphobia. It's not feminism, and it doesn't protect me. Actually, it makes me more in danger, because you're trying to define so hard what the fuck a woman is. You're saying, you know, a woman should be feminine, have this level of testosterone, should look like... It's a fucking spectrum out there. Hormonally, we're all a spectrum. Sexually, like what's going on down here for me is different from what's going on for you. And if that starts getting politicized and labeled and my rights get affected from that, God knows what could fucking happen. What the fuck? Yeah, I think I'm at my most powerful when I am creatively focused and I have a really clear vision. This is what I'm saying, and I want to channel this through my art. And I think that's really important, because today there's so many ways to channel, right? We share shit online all the time. And in the past year, I've stopped doing that because I feel I have a more powerful place to put my voice. I wrote Jam as an essay a year ago, and I was like, I don't know what to do with this. Should I put it on social media, or should I try and put it in an article? Had I done that, it would be nothing. It would have disappeared. And now it's a really powerful track that like is my view on feminism and how we should be trans inclusive, and it's an anthem for trans people, like during Pride. It's an example to me of like, direct what you want to do and what you want to make, and don't get distracted by the noise of like everything has to be online, because it's a noise, it's an echo chamber. These billionaires are getting richer from us fucking fighting online. Like, let's focus, you know? I think creative focus makes me feel really empowered, and playing my music live also makes me feel really empowered.